Hi, I'm Christina, and for my Caldecott Award winner, I went with Finding Winnie. I've always loved Winnie the Pooh, and so I thought this would be a fun book. And it's a story of the bear that inspired Winnie the Pooh. It's told by a mother to her young son, and she tells the story of the army captain who was a veterinarian who was on his way to World War I to take care of the horses. On his way at one of the train stops, he sees a baby bear who appears to be with the hunter who probably killed his mother. And his heart goes out to this bear, so he buys the baby bear from the hunter. The baby bear becomes the squadron's mascot, goes through training with them, goes everywhere with them. He even crosses the Atlantic to England. But when it comes time for them to go to the front in France, he says it's too dangerous for the bear, so he has the bear go to stay at the London Zoo. And while the bear is there, this little boy named Christopher Robin befriends the bear, and his father is A. Milne and writes the story of Winnie the Pooh. Because the bear's name was Winnie, after Winnipeg, where the captain was from, and Christopher Robin had a stuffed bear that he could not figure out a name for. And so he chose the name Winnie after his favorite bear at the zoo, and it became Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is a beloved character by children still to this day. Disney's still coming out with new versions of Winnie the Pooh cartoons. So kids are still growing up with Winnie the Pooh. You can read about it. You can watch the movies. It's so beloved. Children all love that. And they'd be very familiar with the characters, and getting that chance to discover something new about these characters you've known your whole life is really cool. When the author reveals at the end that this was her great-grandfather who found this bear, I was surprised, and I thought that was awesome. I loved that there was a personal connection to this story, and I loved this book. It was so much fun. As a side note, my daughter, who's about to turn 13, walks into the house the other day and sees this book sitting on the dining room table, and she goes, "I love that book," and she sits down and immediately starts to read it. That says a lot to me about a children's book, that my daughter, who was in 7th grade, read this book when she was in grade school, apparently at the school, because I've never seen it before, and loves this book and still wants to read it. As far as an activity, I think having a map for the kids to color and to trace the journey of this, actually the two journeys, the journey of Winnie and the journey of Captain Harry, would be beneficial for them to be able to see how far they went, and then to have little stops along that map, and then have coordinating pages that have the stop, and then they can draw an illustration of what happened while they were in that stop. And then they could have a little book of their own to go along with it.